Okay, hello, I'm back, and I guess I'm gonna show this picture real quick. I didn't show it the whole way because of the nudity, but you know what? It's art, and I'm gonna show the rest of my pictures. They're mostly inappropriate, and there's a reason behind it. I'll let you read that. Sadist and masochist. Hopefully children aren't gonna be looking at this. I'm gonna turn it sideways. I don't know. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done that now I think of it. Anyways, here's another picture. Well, they're all pictures, obviously. I know it won't be as easy to see it. Let me move this a little bit. Sorry about this. Okay. I'll try to keep it from, you know, being too shaky. My apartment's so dim, so that's kind of hard. You know, it says submissive and dominant. Anyways, okay, I was starting to say there's a reason why I drew mostly inappropriate pictures. You know, and I guess you can call them like S&M sort of thing, bondage and, you know, injuries on them. It's sometimes in manga they have, I guess people pronounce it manga, whatever, those comic books, you know, graphic novels, Japanese ones. They sometimes have characters that are kind of, you know, in bondage and all that. That's more for adults, though. Anyways, the thing is, obviously people aren't going to know this if they just see this video, but you know, since they don't know me and everything, but I was abused as a child, so my way of dealing with it, I guess, was productive in that I decided to draw pictures I would write, you know, just art and everything, get it out of my system. So that's why these pictures are inappropriate, mostly. You know, there's like a lot of symbolism and everything, and I'm not going to get into what I believe may have happened. I mean, I was physically abused. I feel comfortable saying that. And emotionally, mentally, verbally, and, you know, neglected. I mean, I wasn't so abused as, like, I had tattered clothing and, you know, I was bloodied, but, you know, there was still some violence and, you know, there's chaos in the family. And, well, I haven't lived with my father since I was 4.5, and I haven't lived with my mom since I was 13.5, and, probably for the best. They weren't the best parents, obviously. Sometimes I'm in contact with my mom, but not too often. Anyways, these pictures aren't so good, by the way, but okay. They're just sketches. But anyways, well, what I was saying, like I said, I haven't been in contact with, well, excuse me, I've been in contact with my mother sometimes, but I'm not in contact with my father, the one who I haven't, like I said, lived with since I was 4.5. And they both, my parents, I mean, have something wrong with them, I'll say that much. That does not, of course, excuse anything they've done. Just like with any person on this earth, you have to own up to, you know, mistakes you make, regardless of why you make them. But, I mean, at least I can have some empathy, sort of. I can try. I'm trying to forgive them. Because my mom, look at, there's a little bunny in there. It says, avoid the droid, android. It said dodge before, but I added that stuff. And then it says, it says, go away, please. Bunny praying, scared shitless. Anyways, and this creature was saying, how cute. No, how very cute. I want to care for him. And I underlined care, so kind of get an indication he might mean something else. But actually, in reality, he just means he likes the bunny and, oh, he wants to have a pet. But I kind of made it kind of derogatory, you know, kind of dirty because of what I've been through. It could kind of indicate, I'll go back real quick, you know, that the bunny being so small and him being so large, it can indicate, you know, innocence. And then there's the perpetrator, you know, they're trying to destroy it. The innocence, so that can go with my childhood. Anyways, there's some other picture that's not inappropriate. It says, I am beautiful and free because he died for me. It's, you know, Christian type of thing. I do believe in God and Jesus, and I'm trying to, you know, move on from the past, you know, my destroyed childhood, because you can obviously see there's, like, I'll just say it, like, some sexual abuse that may, you know, that did occur, excuse me, and it was not just, like, my dad necessarily, it was just other things that could be subtle, just inappropriate situations that occurred. And I don't really want to get into detail on here. I'm going to probably put about it, or put more about it on my blog. And this is I know this is a long video. Trying to do it as quick as I can. Try to keep it under 10 minutes, you know. But for anyone out there who may have been abused as a child, you know, maybe this could be something that's good for you to do, you know, drawing, write, sing, play an instrument, you know, go to church and find people who are uplifting. Sorry, those are my birds in the background. And just, you know, don't let them control you forever. Don't become promiscuous, but don't also close up so that you're not open to love. Because that happens too. People who are abused, not just sexually, but just in general, they might close up emotionally and psychologically, spiritually, and so on, physically, and be afraid, you know, this is unaccepted. I know my writing's messy. I can write neat, but I write fast. I don't usually write neat. Anyways, they might be afraid to open up to love, and I'm dealing with that right now. I'm trying to work on moving on and just, this is the cross of Jesus. I'm trying to, like, work on, how do I put it? Not, like, okay, I don't want to push people away, obviously, but I also don't want to just, like, cling to anyone. I don't want to be dependent on anyone. I only want to be dependent on God. For those who don't believe in God, okay, I mean, I know you're going to have your, you know, your opinions on what I say, but that's fine. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm going to say what I believe, and I have a long way to go as a person, obviously, and, you know, I'm trying to improve the things I deal with, like anxiety problems from being abused and just stress and, you know, not so much depression. Usually I have up and down here and there, but not like severe like when I was in my early 20s. And, I mean, I've made bad choices. I used to sometimes binge drink stupid things, and I do better, I think. I'm just right now working on trying not to isolate so much. Part of that could be just, like, the stress, like, because I have sensitivity to clothing and a lot of things, so it's hard, like, when, you know, you go in public, you dress up or whatever. I mean, you don't have to dress up fancy, but, you know, when you're a woman, not to be gross, you put on bras, and since I am very sensitive to fabrics, it's very hard for me to go out in public and have to put on clothes that are, you know, irritating, and having to put on bras, and then it actually puts my stress up so high. I'm saying, like, 80% high, just from wearing a bra, as embarrassing as that sounds, because of this, how sensitive I am to it. And so what happens is it's like becomes a hassle and, you know, inconvenient and just overwhelming and stressful to go out, because I'm not going to be going out in boxers and a t-shirt like I wear in my apartment, you know. I mean, I could, but, you know, people are going to say things, and it's not appropriate because children are out there and everything, you know. I mean, I could put on sweatpants and, you know, put on hoodies so they don't see that I'm bra. But I try to dress up as appropriate as I can out in public, and it's just hard with, like, I guess, like, I could have what's known as sensory integration disorder, and a lot of people can have that and not realize it. And they say, shh, birdies, quiet. Sorry, they're being noisy as usual. Would you quiet down, little birds? Sorry about that. But they say that people with autism or, you know, related disorders can at times be diagnosed with that. I wasn't actually diagnosed, but I know I have it because of the symptoms I had. Like, they said being sensitive to fabric, being more sensitive to, like, my taste buds being more sensitive to bitter things. And then there were things my body was insensitive to, like my foot got run over when I was a child, and I did not feel it. It did. Well, I mean, I felt the tire go over my foot, but it didn't hurt. And so, if you do research on sensory integration disorder, it has to do with your senses, like, kind of not to say not quite right, but this is injection into the mind. Anyway, it's like, and this one says, "I'm contagious, don't touch me." Not that way. It means like a, you know, metaphorical thing. Like, it's just like my mind being tainted by the innocence that was destroyed, you know. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the sensory integration disorder. The thing is, it's like, I don't even explain it. It's like, you know, just, some things can be more intense with your senses, and some things can be more dull. It's just like your senses they haven't come integrated, I guess, or whatever. It's not easy to explain. It's just, like, I guess, like, maybe someone may have a sensitivity to lighting, and it might actually cause them immense physical pain, or someone might not even feel it when they get stabbed. I don't know. That's, you know, your senses aren't quite the way they would be if you didn't have this disorder, I guess, is the only way I can explain it. Shh, birdie, please. I'm really sorry for the noise in the background. The birds are just being difficult. Because I'm trying to finish this here. It's a lot of pictures. I've drawn more than this. I'm not showing everything. Just some planet, you know, kind of thing. Anyways, this was a picture I saw, I think, in the ceiling. And this was supposed to be from Bob's Burgers. That's a mess up right there. It's a reject. I didn't do perfect. The one on the left, though, was a little bit better. As you can see, she was sitting at a desk in school. This picture I kind of liked. It was like a fairy tale sort of creation, you know? Kind of neat. And then there's just something on a napkin. I'm going to try to finish up here. But here's what I was saying. Okay, so I was, like I said, I didn't have the best childhood, and I'm not the only one, obviously. But like I was saying, maybe just, you know, using art or coming to God can really help. And, you know, trying to make a difference and do what's right, whatever. Just, that didn't sound like I was being sincere there because I said whatever. But no, I mean, seriously, like, trying to find a positive outlet besides, you know, don't go to drugs and alcohol and, you know, don't have a promiscuous lifestyle. Don't let people use you. Don't use others. You know, that's just common sense, though. It has nothing to do even with abuse. That's just, in general, you know, you shouldn't be like that. And if you obviously make those mistakes, all you can do is kind of move on and try to improve. And, you know, people can be like, oh, she's such a freak. Look at these creepy drawings. Well, you know what? I'm not out there killing people. You know, I'm not out there, you know, violating children and everything and, you know, destroying lives and littering and going out and getting drunk and high. You know, I'm not saying I never got drunk in my life or never made a fool of myself. I had. What I'm saying is I'm trying to improve myself, and I'm not a, you know, I'm not a criminal out there. I'd rather write, you know, twisted stories or draw creepy things. This is not so bad. It's a weird looking creature though. I'd rather do all that, you know, than be a criminal and destroy lives. Like, all you can do is try to change. And he's just a little cute kid. And you know, that's it. And so people can say what they want, and this is inappropriate, sorry, but everything I'm drawing is inappropriate. This is not really even a drawing, it's just, you know, it just says my stress signals, and I, as you can see, put inappropriate, like, you know, details on it. But anyways, that's just showing what sexual abuse can do. There's, like, a lot of lust that's left over, and all you can do is move on from it. It's like there's PTSD, but get it out to the art. It's like purging the ugliness, the sin, the shame and taint through art, you know, that's what I think. Or else you can become a criminal and, you know, murder and rape people, and, you know, that's just despicable. And that's, you know, you're headed down the wrong path if you do that. So it's better off you just find a way to deal with it through art, you know? That's what I think, at least. And it doesn't have to just be art, you know, people like to bake, but even baking can be a kind of art, because, you know, there's chefs out there and they're artists. So just, you have to really, you know, I'm almost finished here, I hope. You know, I'm going to do another video in a minute here because this is too long. I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry you can't see it that good. I'll just finish the pictures. And, alright, so I finish right there. I'll finish it. But I'll continue on in a minute, excuse me. So, okay, bye for now.